I swear to God, that ending, I always think of the da-da-da-da-da, ba-bum-ba-da, but you always surprise me. So today is all about surprises. How is everybody today? Let me hear you all. Okay, this side's better than this side. Usually it's the other way around. It's you, Brave Ant, right? Yeah, it's your fault. Okay, well, good morning. Is anybody here for the first time today? You've never been here before. Oh, would you stand for 1 second? As everybody keeps coming in. So, your name, let me guess. Your name is Rochelle. Oh, did I really guess that right? No, I'm kidding. They told me when I came in. Yes, but I'm surprised I still remember it because usually I don't remember it. Rochelle, what do you do, Rochelle? You own a, where's Carolyn? She owns a wig company. I was just saying to Carolyn, she wears a different hair piece every day. And you do? But you're not wearing one now.
Not today. Today's my day off.
A wig company. Do you know when I was a young actor in New York, guess who? Not even 5 minutes. I didn't say Broadway. No, I did. I worked for, you ready? Ava Gabor's wigs. Do you remember that? Do you remember Ava Gabor's wigs? I used to do the input for her wigs. Yeah, she fired me. I was terrible. Because I really wasn't into it, you know. I had great hair. I was fine. So I know what you do. Where are you from?
Born and raised here. Been in Utah for 15 years. Just came back, and I'm on the lake having a great life.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you live on the lake. Oh, it's beautiful there, isn't it? Yes. So you were in Utah. Were you a Mormon then?
No.
Did you date any Mormons?
They are amazing people.
They are, I know. Beautiful people. Did you date any?
No, I was married at the time.
Okay, good. And now you're single. It's always important for everybody to know, just in case, you know. So I'm going to ask the congregation something. You weren't expecting a conversation, were you? I'm going to ask the congregation something. Just give a listen, okay? Just and stay there. So we come together every Sunday as a spiritual community to do one thing and one thing only. What is that? Rochelle, what did they say? It's all a blur. That's what people say on their way out, not usually at the top. What they said was that right where I am, how's that feel? Yeah? To know that you are that energy. It's all there bubbling up inside of you. Great. Well, we are so grateful for you being here today. Kirby has a card for you, a bunch of cards. They're affirmation cards. Yes, with quotes on it. And if you give me your email before you leave, I will write to you tomorrow. And then we can continue this conversation offline. Yes, yes. So this song is for you. Everybody, join me. I think you'll know why it's for you, Rochelle. Here we go. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Here we go, Carol. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Dr. Patty.
Let's give it up for John. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Don't go down there. Don't sit down yet, Jerry. Just revel in that sound. Now turn to your neighbor and say good morning. And if there's someone you don't know, go over to them. Say, yeah, everybody's going to go to Rochelle now. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah. Good morning, Carol. Good morning. Oh. Good morning, Emily. Oh. Okay, everybody good? Okay, so take a deep breath. Is that where we are? Okay, I'll go there. So just take a deep breath. We had the most amazing retreat yesterday on the ocean. You'll hear a lot about it today. But there's just something about being by the water, especially the ocean, a river, wherever, a waterfall, which we're looking forward to going to in Guatemala shortly. But there's just something about being in that space where this flow, this vibration is moving. So I just invite you to take another deep breath. Just place yourself right where you are. Oh, thank you, Thor. Rolling river god, little stones so smooth, but only once the water rushes through. And so I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, and sometimes a swollen high, but never have I known these rivers dry. The deepest part of you is where I long to stay and feel those roughest edges just wash away. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and a change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am. Just think about all the change that's happened in your life. You're just a little smoother in those hands. Rolling river God, little stones so smooth, but only once the water rushes through. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, ladies. So, it's so funny. Thor moved my podium because I didn't need it, but of course that's where I put my microphone. But that's okay because I can put it right there. Am I back? Good. So how do you feel? Happy. Happy, good. Feeling is such a big part of what we do here because I think it's easy and possible to go through our lives not feeling what's happening as we're going through our lives because we have these very active minds. How many of you have really active minds? Your hand went up so fast. Where your mind is constantly thinking, and what you're doing is very often you're thinking without feeling. And so things happen, and you're not feeling it because you're thinking, or you're thinking in the future, or you're thinking in the past, and life is moving by, which is why I love singing that song, because I just every time I sing that song, I think to myself, yeah, a lot's happened in my life, and I have smoothed out. Sometimes, ever look back at your life and go, did I really behave that way? Anybody? Raise your hand if you look back and go, oh my God. Or like the girl on Friends, oh my God. Remember her? Janice. Yes. Am I like the only one that watches Friends? Every time I do a Friends reference, people are like, what? Who watches Friends? Oh my God. Okay, it's half the room. It's getting better anyway. Okay, so we have something really fun for you today. Two of our members from Seattle came in yesterday, or the day before, flew in for a really fabulous weekend of soul immersion and then a big retreat yesterday. They went to the Barack Obama musical last night. And today, they get to be my inspiration. So please welcome, all the way from Seattle, Pam and Gary Ninneman. Oh. You guys don't have to share a mic. You can have mine. Excellent. Okay, come on in the middle. Take center stage. I know you won't have a problem with that. Take center stage, yes. So tell us, I want you to tell them how you got here.
Oh, wow.
I don't mean
You're
the
talking
route.
about
It
how
was
we
direct
became
flight.
members of Global
Yes.
Truth Center?
Yeah, like we have a lot of members. Oh, you know what? While we're doing that, let's say hi to all the members out there because we do this for you every Sunday. Yes. So everybody in Palm Springs, in New Jersey, in San Francisco, in North Carolina, in Ghana, in Scotland, in where else? Seattle.
Pennsylvania.
Well, Seattle's here.
Virginia.
Toronto. Thank you. Hello. Oh, you're from Toronto. Are you from GTC Toronto? Oh, awesome. So from Toronto, what am I missing? I'm missing, where? Virginia. Thank you, Tina. Yes, Arlington, Virginia. So there's so many members of this center all over the country. But you guys were kind of the first that reached out and said, we want to be members. We don't care that we live in Seattle. So tell us.
Oh, let's see. So we had belonged to Centers for Spiritual Living Church. We had been members for a while, and then our minister decided to leave. So I was on the committee to search for a new minister, went online and watched as many sermons as I possibly could. And the one that I remembered the most was Dr. James at NoHo. And so,
There are Broadway references.
Yeah, it certainly spoke to me, and it grounded me, and it gave me everything that I needed at the time. And so when we moved further away and were looking for a new center, I thought of Dr. James again. And we got online one day, and that was it. So we quickly, this community is so amazing, so full of love, so full of intentional energy to be bigger and better and to be part of in service to this world, to the love in this world. It's just an amazing place to be. So it was really easy to say yes, and within a year, we were members. Yeah. So we come down as often as we can because this face-to-face energy is expansive. It brings so much joy to my life, and it brings so much meaning to what matters most.
That's so beautiful. Gary?
Well, I want to add to what she said, which is, so she did watch James, and she was very excited at the time. And then life went on, and we continued to go to this smaller CSL. But as she said, we did move further away. And for 2 weeks, she's saying, I wish I could remember that guy, though. There was that guy. Well, that guy had moved from NoHo to here. And when she discovered it, you should have seen the happy dance that she did.
My happy dance.
Yes, that is so nice. And they didn't just, and this is what I want to tell all of you guys out there in GTC land that are not in the room, they didn't just watch us on Sundays. They took all the classes online, and now they are practitioners. They went through all the training, all on Zoom. Thank you.
All on Zoom, yeah.
Thank you.
All on Zoom, right?
Yes. And there was no lack of intimacy, no lack of friendship.
We didn't know how tall you were till you got here. Yes.
Yeah.
So good. So what's our theme for the month?
Caring.
Caring.
And how are you two at that?
Fantastic.
I think we're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Dr.
Because you
James.
both just retired, right?
Right.
That often makes caring easier. One of the things that I've found is caring is tied to taking enough time. If I'm hurried, I'm generally not being particularly caring to the person in front of me or to myself. So actually, yes, slowing down is a big, big part of caring.
My husband and I were just talking about that driving here. I think a conversation went like this. I said, Kevin, can you take Monday and Tuesday to relax? No! And so, isn't that what happened?
You're calling me out.
But then we talked about it.
I have things you need to do.
That's very true. I should know not to reference him. It will always come back. Yes, okay. But that's great. I love that. That is all about self-care, what we must do. So what was it like being on Zoom, being in Seattle and learning this teaching? I mean, how did that go for you? Because I know how it went for you, because you guys, your homeworks, you especially. You know, when I asked for a paper, most people write a few paragraphs. Not Pam. When Pam sends me back a paper, it's a thesis. And she is clear and I was going to say concise, not the word I was looking for. She is clear and it's not that it's long, because I read it very easily, but it's complete. It's like you took this teaching and you embodied it. It was like insatiable.
Well, every time I learned something new, it shifted my life in ways that were astonishing and sometimes. And I was able to work through things that I had been carrying for a very, very long time in my life. and to be able to just, in a moment at times, when this one nugget of wisdom came by in class, it truly was transformative.
It does.
And over.
We're
and
finding that
over
with
and
radical
over
acceptance
again.
right now.
Oh,
That book,
absolutely.
little things in this book. How many of you are in that class? Yeah, there's a lot of people in this class. There's 62 people in this class.
Yeah.
A little, right? Tiffany and I were talking about it yesterday. A little nugget, something comes up out of radical acceptance, like, what?
Right.
And it's just amazing. And go ahead.
Or, what?
Yeah, right. I should have known that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I want to say for you, Gary, I watched you for 4 years. Your heart just kept getting bigger and cracking open more and more. And as much as Pam would write, that's as little as you would write. But it was always like, it got more and more personal and emotional. And it was just amazing watching you. And I'll say Scott Gibb, too. Cracking wide open and being more personal and personal. He's behind the camera now, so he can't do anything to me.
Thank you so much for that, James. And I went into this teaching, and especially into practitioner training, with every intention to soften, to relax my heart, to engage more fully with humans, to become more connected. And Pam talks about the nuggets, and they're different for everybody, but in the teaching and in a couple of years of practitioner, my heart opened wide, and it's so much easier to live, so much more peaceful. And it's not an advertisement for practitioner training, but so powerful, life-changing, and
Well, do you remember the title, the theme of the first year of practitioner training?
figuring out
How did
how
we
I
get
got
here?
here.
How did we get here?
How did we get
That's
here?
good. It's called How Life Got to Be This Way. And you spend an entire 9 months figuring out how you became the person you are. And then deciding, do I still want to be that person? Do I still want to react to all of that? Yeah, that's great. That's great.
I want to say, in regard to caring, just a couple of things. One is obviously a direct connection to love only. I don't know how you could be not in love or in love and not caring. So obviously this is directly a part of everything that we learn here. And that the direct corollary is compassion. So a loving, compassionate, unhurried life is a caring life.
Beautiful. Wow, that was great. How did you miss ministerial? Don't worry, I'll teach it again sometime.
Thank you.
You know what we didn't do today? Maybe you two can do it. Our vision statement, especially for Rochelle, who's never been here before. So our vision statement at the center is on the wall, right? Because Gary just brought it up. It is...
Love
Only.
Can you take a moment with... Hold on. We're doing it differently today. Change, right, Steve? Change. So say that again.
Love only.
No, just sit with that for a second. Love only. Amy's choked up over it. Second one.
Forgive everything.
How's that working for you?
Better.
Everybody forgiving everything? I like that. She's going, nope, not happening. And then the last one.
Remember who you are.
Let's be more emphatic with that. Ready? And.
Remember who you are.
Right? Perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay. You two are so great. I knew I'd have so much fun, but you know what? I actually meant to put you on either side of me so I could talk to both of you. But this worked great because you two are
inseparable.
You're such a thing. Yeah. So you want to do our affirmation for us?
Sure.
Yes.
It's right in front of you.
Oh, there you go.
I love it too. So you're like, what? Where are we in this room?
Sorry. First time. We're rookies. So let me say it out loud first. Feel it, and then we'll say it together. I care for myself by remembering who I am. So feel that. Let's say it together. I care for myself by remembering who I am. One more time, all the way down. I care for myself by remembering who I am.
Robbie, would you give me some Robbie music? Pretty. And would you light the candle? So, I care for myself by remembering who I am. Gary just lit our intention candle. And I just want to invite you, come on out this way, guys. I want to invite you right now. Just take a deep breath, close your eyes for a minute. Decide here today that you're going to remember who you are through everything. Whatever comes up, whatever happens, you will know who you are. Lay that intention down, because by remembering who you are, you innately care for yourself. Take a deep breath, let it out, and let's give gratitude to Gary and Pam. Thank you, guys. Gary, Gary. Take that. Thank you. Okay. So, I'm so excited to hear this young lady. Where are you? You're over there. You usually sit over there. I love that you're sitting over there. Sing today's song. We used this a few weeks back in Palm Springs, and when she asked, she said, "What about this song?" I was going to go, "Oh, we did that a few." And I went, "No, we haven't done it here." And in my head, I just went, "I want to hear her sing this." So here is Emily Ebbard singing James Taylor's Carole King's. Weren't they a couple? No. So, she's singing "You've Got a Friend."
When you're down and troubled and you need some loving care, and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. Just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon you'll hear me knocking at your door. Oh, you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, running, yeah, 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 to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend? when people can be so cold. They'll hurt you, yes, and desert you, and take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, running, yeah, 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 to see you again. Oh, oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Oh, you've got a friend. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Oh yeah, yeah, you've got a friend. Yeah, baby, you've got a friend. Oh yeah, yeah, you've got a friend.
Emily Edwards. So, are we good, Thor? Oh, we are. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I was looking for her slide. So, when Emily asked me to sing the song, I was like, so what do I want to say about this song? How does this lead me into this month of self-caring? And the first thing that came up to me was this. So, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend? Well, do you? Do you know that you've got a friend, Anita? Yeah. Do you know who the friend is? Do you know who your friends are? All of that's great, and I'm sure we do, and we all have wonderful friends. But are you your friend? Do you know that there's something inside of you that is your friend? All you got to do is call, and I'll be there. Imagine saying that to yourself. All I got to do is call. All you got to do is tap into me, James, and I'll be there for you. There's something in you that is constantly saying to you, I'm right here. You are putting your attention on all this stuff out here, all this mishigash. Mishigas. Thank you. Not mishigash, mishigas. It's right up there with James Taylor. You put all of your attention out here, and yet the thing inside is saying, I'm the one. I'm the friend. You've got a friend. And when I thought about this song that way, I was like, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? Have you ever experienced any cold people in your lives? Any rude people? Have you driven on the 405? So my question to you this morning, my really big question to you today is this. Do you show up for yourself? Do you show up for yourself? The first quote I have is from Brene Brown. She says, sometimes the bravest and most important thing you can do is just show up. Now, what she's talking about mostly is our lives. Sometimes you don't have to have all the answers set. You don't have to know what's going to happen. You don't have to have all of your dominoes in a row. It's not dominoes. Your ducks in a row. I have a friend who says your ducks in a line. Your ducks in a row. No, you don't have to have any of that. You just have to sometimes show up and see what's going to happen, right? How many of you live your life that way? This is a good talk. So, yeah, I do. I'm like, just show up and see what's going to happen. It may be good, and it may not be good, but guess what? You showed up. Now, turn that around to yourself. Showing up for yourself. So, that's the question. Do you, Joe, do you show up for yourself? And what does it mean to show up for yourself, Brad? What do you think? It means you're willing to think the thoughts that move you in the direction you want to be going. Which means, first of all, you need to know where you want to be going. And then you need to incorporate and to lure in those thoughts that support where you want to go. That is showing up for yourself. You know what's not showing up for yourself? Letting your mind go down that path of negativity. We all do it. How many people, show of hands, how many of you even this week let your mind go down the path of negativity even once? Right. So why? We know not to, don't we? When you go down that path, what is happening? You're attaching yourself to what's going on out here. Basically, that's what's going on. So the title of my talk today is this: You're in charge. You can be proactive or reactive, but you're in charge. You really are in charge. Most people think that something else made it happen, or something else made me feel this way, or something else made this thing in my life happen. Do you know that there is nothing at all happening in your life that you are not responsible for making happen? And I know whenever I say that, people go, really? I'm like in charge of the war in the Ukraine? Yes. On some universal level, since we are all connected, the dominating force moved to war in that particular moment in this history. The dominating mental force. Because there are times when that's not the case and things go splendidly and beautifully and peacefully. So looking at your life, it's really important to get it, that you're in charge. That is what it means to be taking care of yourself. Knowing that you're in charge. Why? Not so you can beat yourself up because there's a war going on. Not so you can beat yourself up even to the things in your life that aren't going well, but that you can say, yes, I am in charge. Yes, in some way, I am a part of that. But you know what? I'm going to use my mind for peace. I'm going to use my mind for good. I'm going to use my mind to do the things I want to do in my life, and I'm not going to listen to the naysayers that are telling me it's not the right time. You don't have the right schooling. You're too old. You're too young. I haven't heard that in a while. You're too, whatever it is. Whatever it is, there's something inside of you that is saying to you all the time, you've got a friend. Now listen to me. Be willing to pay attention to what's going on inside of me. So I guess the question really is, do you know that you're in charge? Do you absolutely know you're in charge? Or do you sometimes give your power away to the effects of your life? Do you ever have something happen and it doesn't go well? Anybody? Yeah. And when it doesn't go well, all of a sudden that's your whole life. What's going on? Now that's in charge. This didn't work out. I think about relationships, marriages. I don't think divorce is a bad thing. That's not about you. I don't think divorce is a bad thing. I think divorce is a necessary ingredient of our culture because I think when someone knows that it's done, the best thing to do is respectfully and lovingly go. What, are you going to spend the rest of your life in a marriage that doesn't work? Why? We have the capacity to change our lives based on what we know feels right. But as I said earlier today, sometimes we don't know what feels right because we're too focused on this stuff out here. And that becomes what's in charge. But I'm here to tell you today, you, Emily Edwards, are in charge of your life. No one else. So, this quote by Ernest Holmes, it seems like a lot of words, but I'm going to break it down. We shall never know peace until we embody it. We shall never know truth until we become truth. And we cannot know God unless we sense God within our own being. The universe is ever giving, but we must take. What life does for us must be done through us. So just break down this whole quote. We can't know peace unless we feel it, unless we embody it, unless it's part of us. The things that we don't know, it's because somehow we believe it's separate from us. And do you know what? Nothing is separate from you. Nothing. Everything is a part of you on some level. So we shall never know peace until we embody it. We shall never know truth until we become the truth. We realize truth is in us. We feel it. We instinctively know it. And we cannot know God unless we sense God within our own being, unless we welcome, understand, and know God from the inside out. And you know the thing about that is, I'm not saying you need to find your best self and your most divine self, because if God is everything, then God's also your annoying self. How many people have an annoying side? If you're not aware of it, ask a friend. They'll tell you what it is, how it works. That's God too. God's just annoying, right, Tiffany? Yeah. You all know Tiffany's mantra of our beautiful, my beautiful vision statement. And I'm going to say it. I'm sorry for cursing. Dr. Tiffany's is love only, forgive everything, remember who you are, everybody, and don't be an asshole. That is Tiffany's version, and when she takes over for me someday, good luck. So I want to go to that last moment of this slide. What life does for us must be done through us. The universe isn't going to just come along and make your life amazing. It just isn't. It's there to be had, but as Ernest Holmes says, you must be willing to take it. You must be willing to grab your life and take it. And he says the taking is mental. The taking starts in your mind. You have to be willing and say, yes, this is what I choose for my life. Now, I want you to look at that little girl there. She reminds me of Nora when Nora was that age. And I used to constantly see Nora sitting around our house or in the backyard contemplating. And Kevin and I used to talk about it going, she is such an old soul. She's constantly thinking, I hope it's not about us. How did I get to these parents? But she would always be sitting there and just staring and like this little girl, like, and she wasn't a devious child, so it wasn't like she was going, how could I disrupt this whole day for them? No, it was really just her dreams, these big dreams. So what life does for us must be done through us. But here's the thing. You got to know you got the friend in there to do it. You've got to know that you have something inside of you that's saying, yes, what do you want me to do? I'll do it all. I'll bring it all together for you. Just direct me. Just tell me what you want to do. I love seeing Matt and Anita's children sitting there, young adults, just getting ready, well, one of you anyway, getting ready to pick a college. What's going to happen next? Emily, that just got out of college, basically. The world is just open for anything they want to do. But you know what? Same thing goes for you at any age. It just doesn't matter. Because there's something inside of you saying, what do you want? It's not saying, Brad, what do you want now that you're 50? I don't know how old you are, but.
Joy, peace, and adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever's in there will say, have at it. It doesn't care about limitations that you put on yourself. But you got to take it. You have to be willing to take it. So, there's this great slide. My great slide. There's a quote that came to me this morning from Rick Tamlin for you, and it's this. You cannot be a secret and be a success. Rick Tamlin. Isn't that a great? You can't hide. You've got to take your talents and let them out. You can't just be a success in your shower or in the confines of your thinking just for yourself. You must be willing to come out of that. I think he's in one of those cabinets. You must be willing to step into your life, step into your world, and throw caution to the wind and just say, yes, I can. Because then something inside of you is going to say, yes, I can. So yesterday, we had our retreat. And our retreat was about childlike wonder. And we did all of these, Dr. Karen and Dr. Kirby and myself planned this retreat. And this is for all of our practitioners here. And we do this every year. We go to Malibu to Flying Point. What's the name of that beach? Point Dune, right. And same place every year. And this year was all about childlike wonder. And going there to play to literally come out and just say, I'm going to let my inner child out today. So we took a lot of pictures, and I'm here to show you the childlike wonder of these kids. One of the first things we did was blue bubbles. Now, you have not lived till you see Steve Brabant blowing bubbles. There he is on the left. And that's Tiffany on the right, blowing bubbles. And Dr. Kirby had a bubble machine. So we were a little annoying to the rest of the beach, but there was tons of bubbles everywhere going up the beach. It was just spectacular. But watching, I did it for a while, blowing bubbles. It was just, when's the last time you blew bubbles? Well, yes, I know some of you yesterday. But when's the last time you let your childlike wonder out? Where you literally came out of yourself and said, I'm just going to be silly, goofy. I'm going to play bubbles. Now, of course, Karen Oxrider, Dr. Karen Oxrider, her bubbles turned into rainbows. Because, well, she's Karen Oxrider. Isn't that a beautiful picture of her? Gary, that's you behind her kind of going, what is she doing? Yeah. We also made sandcastles. We teamed up and made sandcastles. So this is the sandcastle for Brad, Genevieve, and Steve. This is a dolphin sandcastle. Take a look at that. That is Karen Oxrider. But I have a feeling that it was Laura that actually did the dolphin, wasn't it? Yeah, the idea. Okay, good. And Diane Brabant. So that was the dolphin sandcastle. This was the white flag. Dave, Christopher, Steve, and Joselito. I loved this one. They put a little piece of tissue on a stick. Apparently, this castle was under siege, and was giving up. Yes, it was a white flag. Yes, so that was that one. This one, Scott, Audrey, and Kevin. This, if you look, you can't see it that close, but they put apples and a banana peel on theirs, and it was the farmer's market. Okay? These are very inventive, aren't they? So this is fun. This here is Tiffany and Thor and Pam, Mount Lovemore. They were the first ones done. And by the way, they also have a banana peel on there. That was really...
That's Thor's face with the hat on. The banana's his smile.
That's Thor's face? Oh, they're your faces. It was a busy day. I wasn't paying that much attention. Yes, I was. These are just beautiful. This is Eric Borks, who then said to me, can I say what you said to me afterwards? So they weren't paying attention to everybody making these huge monstrosities. And he and who you have there, Pauline Pancake, the two of them did this tiny little castle. And so Eric came up to me and he went, thank you for once again choosing an activity that brings my low self-esteem forward. Yes, small but mighty. It was beautiful. Now look at this one. That is the tree of life. You can't see the people in it because I had to take a picture from way up top to see what it was. Because I walked over and thought they had lost it. I was like, what is this? And I'm walking around, and Eric was like, look at it from above. And there it was, the tree of life. It was absolutely gorgeous. So that was Eric and Karina and Gary. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. And this was ours, Game of Thrones. Which is funny because I've never watched that show. Kevin loves it. But we created this whole thing, and it was me and Dr. Kirby and Craig Lincoln. And we created a whole pit, which people were like, is that the toilet? Or is that, yeah, a lot of people were insulting to us that whole time. But I said, no, it is a pool. And then I said, no, it's actually the courtyard. And then someone said, there's nowhere to get out of the courtyard. And then they decided it was the Roman Colosseum where the lions had already eaten everybody. So that was our day, having so much fun. But this was our finale. Everyone flew kites. Now I want you to look at, you're going to see some kites taking nosedives. Oh! But I want you to see the ones way up top. Yes. The kites were the highest they ever went. Every year we see who can get their kite the highest. Every year it's Brad, which is annoying. But this year, Brad kind of didn't win. He still thinks he did win, but he did not win because Genevieve lost her kite. She dropped it, and you have to see this girl run across the beach trying to catch the little thing, and it just kept going, and then it just kept, and that kite went so far away, but it went all the way up the mountain and got stuck in a little branch, and then it was just flying high, and Genevieve, this is why she won, Genevieve climbed up that freaking mountain, jumped over the guardrail into the bushes, grabbed it, and brought it all the way back down to the beach. Take a bow. Brad still says that doesn't count, but I think it does. Yes. So that was our day yesterday. And the reason why I bring it up today, especially in the midst of this, is because there is something inside of you. There's a nature inside of you. There is a childlike nature. We knew who we were when we came out of the womb. We knew. Every single one of us knew exactly who we were when we first got here. And I think what happens is we spend a lifetime trying to remember it. And we build calluses, mental calluses, that take us away from that. And Ernest Holmes has a great quote about this. He says this. He says, "The childlike mind is more receptive to truth than the over-intellectual who demand too rational an explanation of those truths which must be accepted on faith." The childlike mind. I think when Kevin turned to me while Emily was singing and said, Emily's natural innocence is not something you can teach. It's something you have to learn and be willing to let out. And when you sing, Emily, it is so innocent. It is just you sing from the most God-like place of pure truth. It's true. And yeah. And I guess for me, what I want to say is it's in every single one of us. We have that capacity. We don't have to get up and sing, but we have the capacity to let that innocence, that pure truth, to come out, to know who we are from such an amazing level. Up. I hit that too fast. Yes, I get the intellect is really powerful. The mind is really powerful. But when he says this at the end, the explanation of those truths which must be accepted on faith, I want to get rid of the word faith for a moment and ask you this, or tell you this. Faith, it can be so, it can make people, tear people apart, the idea of faith. And for some people, it's like, I'm not doing anything on faith. Prove it to me. And I can prove it to you. Instead of the word faith, must be accepted by feeling. There's something inside of you, and this goes all the way back to the top of the service today when I said this, that if you were willing to feel what you were honestly feeling, you'd know. The feeling we have inside is how we know. And when someone says, I just have a feeling about it, yeah, that works. The feeling. I feel that this is the truth. When I heard Dr. David Walker speak, those many, 40 years ago, I knew. Actually, I knew when Eric Butterworth spoke. And when we walked into Avery Fisher Hall and Eric Butterworth spoke, it's not the words he said. I'd heard many of those words before in many churches. It was what it did to me, the feeling that came up inside of me. That's what yesterday was all about for the practitioners to know, to go out there and feel something, feel what it feels like to run and dance and feel what it feels like to fly a kite again, feel what it feels like to take everything out of the way and allow ourselves to just be. And if you can give yourself the gift of just feeling, get your intellectual mind out of the way, know that there's something inside of you saying, you've got a friend. you've got something in you bigger than anything you're ever going to find out here. Now go listen to it. So Karina came up to me at one point and said, I would like to suggest that we all skip around the beach. And I was like, I'd like you to suggest that to them. Because I've already made them blow bubbles, build sandcastles, and fly kites. And so then I realized I am the spiritual director. So I said, no, this is a good idea. So I got everyone together. I said, we're all going to this side of the beach, and we're all going to skip. And since Karina's idea, and she skips all the time. And in fact, when we were all done, she stripped everything off except a bikini and went running into the ocean yesterday. I was going to do a picture of that, but I realized I didn't have her permission, so I didn't put it in here. So I'm closing my talk by showing you what it looks like when people are willing to just throw caution to the wind and feel their inner child come out. And there's your practitioner corps. Please visit them if you need some spiritual help. No, it feels like today's a commercial too. Everyone should be practitioners, but everyone should be childlike. Everyone should be willing to remember that you are in charge. And you know what's really in charge? That childlike nature inside of you. Dr. Kirby put these quotes together. We all took quotes, and then we found the person with our quote, and then we went away for a half hour talking about the quote. But this year, she didn't do Quimby and Troward and Emerson. She did children's quotes. So I'll only tell you mine. The quote that I got was this. It was a 4-year-old who went into the living room eating a cookie, and the parents must have said, "What are you doing?" He went, "I talked to Jesus in the kitchen. He said I could have a cookie." Everyone has Jesus in their mind. Everyone has a version of that thing in your mind that says you're in charge. You get to have a cookie if you want a cookie, and you don't have to prove it. You just have to do it. So I invite you all today, go home, eat some cookies, fly a kite, blow some bubbles, make a sandcastle, and skip around your neighborhood, because guess what? That's how you're going to start feeling who you really are. Namaste. Nope, I don't hear it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, everybody. Don't you love that picture of you blowing bubbles, Steve? I love that picture. And I loved watching you skip up the beach. I really did. It's just great. All right, everybody, take a deep breath. Come on up, ladies. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Thank you for all the love you give us here at this center. Somebody said yesterday that this is the most alive, vibrant, active center they've ever been to. I agree. We are really very active. Yes. So I invite you to take out your contribution today, your tithe. Oh, wait, I want something before that. Thank you, Thor. Everybody just stay still. Diane and Michael, could you come up here for a moment, please? Please give a warm welcome to Diane Sukanik and Michael Reese. You can stay up here. So before we do this, though, you need to, I'm going to do this for you. Before we do this, you need to tell them what just happened in 30 seconds.
I'm going to tell you how I was in charge. On Wednesday, I was admitted to ER for atrial flutter. My heart was beating at 150 and one atrium at 300 beats a minute. Wow. And in ER, they tried every procedure, none worked. So the cardiologist said, you've got to go to ICU, And tomorrow morning, we're going to do some much more invasive stuff to get your heart rate down. So there I was in the ICU and alone with all of those machines. And I decided that I was in charge. And I started to do spirit breath a la Dr. James.
Wait, she was on spirit breath. She took the spirit breath class from ICU. She showed up. I was like, aren't you in ICU? She goes, yes, I'm good.
So I stayed up all night, and I just composed myself and remembered who I am, and remembered the teaching, and remembered the love and the care that's all around us. And the cardiologist came in early in the morning and said, you can go home now. I said, really, really, really? What about those procedures? He said, you cured yourself. Your heart, you reset your heart. Oh. So, I'm here to say you're in charge of your pocketbooks. And as are we. And so we've decided to do another matching grant, fund,
Yes.
whatever they call
Matching
it.
grant, yep.
Matching grant. Last year we did it for $6,000. This year we're doing it for $7,000. So get your pocketbooks out.
So this year we're doing it for the whole week. So,
Yes.
Yes. So we're starting today, and by next Saturday we will know how much we have raised in this fundraising system, and they will match up to $7,000, and we expect to go way beyond that, as we did last year. And they also have this other fun thing, which is, do you want to say it, Michael?
Yes. Well, I wanted to point something out related to this matching grant, that if you give $1, it suddenly becomes $2. If you give $2, it becomes $4. $50, it becomes $100. $100.
10,000, it becomes 20.
Well, yes,
Think big.
well,
big.
what
Look
I'm
what she
saying
just
is,
did.
it's dollar for dollar, and so this is a real opportunity to make your contribution count, double.
Yes.
And that's the math.
Well, the other part is, we're good, I got mine.
Go ahead.
The other part is, all the people that contribute to this fundraiser we will pick six, it's six, right? Eight people that will go to their house and have an amazing dinner. They travel the world writing reviews for restaurants, hotels. I mean, they're never here. They're always out doing something. And they're amazing chefs, gourmet chefs. So the 6 people to 8 people, 6 to 8 people, will go to their home on the lake. And is it on the lake this time?
Probably.
In Woodland Hills.
Woodland Hills.
The other house. And have this unbelievable gourmet meal with types of champagne and wines, and it's an amazing night. And Craig Lincoln will be performing, so it's going to be an amazing event. We'll give you that date once we know it.
Dr. James?
Yes.
We suggest anyone giving cash today, put it in an envelope with your name on it so that you qualify.
Yes, if you're going to just do cash, put it in an envelope anyway. You should be recognizable. And this is it right here. Oh, it's right in front of me. There you go. So can I have a big round of applause for these two lovely people? Thank you, Diane. Love you.
Love you.
Thank you, Michael. Okay. The matching grant is great, and I'm so grateful to you for that. But what you just did is such a... Oh, she came out of the hospital and went to 44 that night in Hollywood. You know, the understanding that the mind controls the body, that woman took seriously. And she didn't just say, all right, go ahead, chop into me and fix it. She said, nope, I'm going to do it. She started Spirit Breath in the morning and did it all day and all through the night and reset her heart. So that's pretty amazing. That's a pretty great testimony to what this teaching is all about, what quantum metaphysics is all about. So with that, let's take a deep breath and know this. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me, how? Multiplied abundantly. I know. Toot, 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 toot. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Carol.
Thank you for my joy, Spirit. Thank you for my joy.
Thank you for my joy, Spirit. Thank you for my joy.
My abundant, abundant, abundant joy.
My abundant, abundant joy.
Yes, thank you for this place, Spirit. Thank you for this place.
Thank you for this place, Spirit. Thank you for this place.
This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful place.
This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful place. I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
'Cause I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
So grateful.
So grateful.
All right, now I just want you to think. What are you thankful for? What are you grateful for? What's in your heart? If you're sitting next to someone that you're thankful for, tell them, I'm thankful for you, Paula. And I'm thankful for you, Mr. Bailey, and Carol, and Emily. Fill your heart with all that gratitude. Let's know this together, shall we? Oh, we already did it. We're so grateful. Hold on, no, Pam. Come on up.
I know that the center and every single person here, every single person online, every single person is blessed with the abundance and prosperity of caring and connection, of the intimacy of knowing one another, caring for one another, and simply being present for one another. And we thank you. I thank you for this amazing day, for this amazing opportunity to expand, to evolve, and to become even more with the infinite abundance and infinite possibility of all that I am. And I say thank you. Thank you for it all, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Everybody now.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This amazing, amazing, amazing day.
This amazing, amazing, amazing day.
I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
'Cause I'm so grateful. So grateful.
So grateful.
Sing it down now. Thank you.
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 It's Sunday, May 21st, and here are your Global Truth Center announcements. Coming up on the calendar today at 12 noon, right after our celebration, the Board of Trustees will be having their monthly meeting right here in the sanctuary. All are welcome to attend. Next weekend is Memorial Day and the unofficial kickoff to summer. To get you started, we have a whole host of events planned. On Saturday, June 3rd, GTC members Lisa Carey and Judd Miller are graciously opening their home for the Divine Dining event, tacos, and trivia. This event is sold out, so we thank Lisa and Judd for hosting this amazing event. Also on Saturday, June 3rd, our members in Palm Springs will be celebrating their next Cocktails and Consciousness event from 4 to 6 p.m. Please see Dr. Lori Savage for more information on how you can be part of the growing GTC family in Palm Springs. On Sunday, June 4th, Dr. James will be hosting Let's Talk with the question to consider: how do you like your body? How do you like your body? How do you like your body? As you can see, there are many ways to consider this question, and we'll be exploring your answers in Let's Talk. The Wisdom Women will be having their June meeting on their usual date of the second Sunday of the month, right after the service. They look forward to seeing you then. Looking forward to July, be sure to join us for the summer pool party on Saturday, July 1st at the home of Kevin and Dr. James. This is a divine dining event, so you can get your tickets now. The link is available on our website. Just visit the calendar page. Finally, speaking of the calendar, we want you to clear yours for the date of Sunday, November 5th, for our big anniversary gala at the Westlake Yacht Club. More details will come in the months ahead, but for now, be sure to make your plans to attend our gala on November 5th. You can always find out what's going on by visiting our calendar on the website. To find it easily, just use your cell phone on the QR codes you see throughout the sanctuary. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Thank you, Thor. So, first of all, can we give another round of applause to the beautifully talented Emily Edwards? And also a round of applause for two people that really do know what it means to be members of this center, Diane and Michael. Today we will have a board meeting immediately following service. We will be in here having the board meeting. Anyone that wants to stop by and see how the board meeting works or what the church is up to, please feel free to come. Our board meetings are open. I think that's it. Consciousness on Demand today is Brad Kiefer. Is that it? And Amy Shapiro. Who's where? Amy Shapiro will be up here in the meditation room, and Brad will be downstairs in my counseling office. Please join them if you would like to learn how to blow bubbles. Join, or fly a kite if you're with Brad. Yes, join them. They will know the truth for you and whatever you need the truth known about. So I invite you all to stand. Give me a little pretty music. Come on up, guys. You two can come up and join us. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for bringing your love and your consciousness into this beautiful space. I know that this day unfolds before each one of you with the most amazing splendor, the exquisite risk of being wide awake and alive in that childlike nature. And so I just step out of the way now, let this little light shine as we say together, and so it is. Okay, let's take the roof off. Here we go. I expect to hear loud noises, especially from back there.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on and shine, shine. Let it shine, 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 shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. You know, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on and shine, shine. Let it shine, shine. You wanna shine, shine.
Now when I greet my
gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. When I greet my sister in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine. When I greet this whole world in peace, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on and shine, shine. Don't you wanna shine, 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 shine? Well, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Don't you know? All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, shine. Come on and shine, shine, let it shine, 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 shine. Have a beautiful day, everybody. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, 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 shine. Come on and let it shine, 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 shine. Have a great Sunday, everyone.